Hey everyone, welcome back to America in Mind, where your voice still matters. And every episode asks the question, is this what we want for America? Charlie Kirk's assassination was not just a tragedy, it was a turning point. His death did not happen in a vacuum. It was part of a growing pattern of political violence, intimidation, and hatred that has been building in America for years.
Political violence has become all too common in American society, and this is not who we are.
This isn't just politics anymore. This is a war of good versus evil. Good being, faith, freedom, truth. Evil represented by silencing, hatred, and violence against those who dare to speak. And if we don't face this truth now, we risk surrendering the future of our republic without a fight. Stay with me to the end, because before we're done, I'll show you exactly where this violence comes from, what it means for our country's future, and what we must do to fight back. And we have to ask ourselves, is this what we want for our country? Welcome to America in Mind, where we don't chase clicks, we chase truth. We have a lot to get into, so let's dive in. Political violence is not new in America. We remember Dallas, 1963, Memphis, 1968, Washington, 1981. But what we are seeing today is something different. Violence is no longer the rare act of a lone individual. It has become a climate, a culture, a weapon. It grows out of years of division, where the left paints conservatives not as fellow citizens with different views, but as enemies, extremists, fascist, threats to democracy itself. First they demonize their opponents, then they call them dangerous. Then they silence, cancel, and dehumanize. And sooner or later, that hatred finds its final expression in violence. That's what happened to Charlie Kirk. Just look around. This isn't just about what happened to Charlie. We've seen assassination attempts on President Trump. We've seen churches and schools turned into shooting grounds. We've seen riots and looting rip apart cities. We've watched BLM and Antifa torch businesses, destroy livelihoods, and call it justice. We've seen college campuses where conservatives need police protection just to speak, and even then they are shouted down, threatened, and attacked. And now a conservative leader was gunned down on a university campus in broad daylight. This is the reality. The greatest threat to our constitutional representative republic is not coming from conservatives. It is coming from the left, from the culture of silencing, the culture of hatred, and the culture of violence that they have normalized. What we are seeing is a desperate Democrat Party, trying to retain power and control, not by winning the battle of ideas, but by crushing opposition through fear and force. And if the act itself wasn't evil enough, look at the response from liberals.
People that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got shot. Well, breaking fucking news, folks. Seems somebody just took a shot at one of the Fanta-Fascist's favorite 5-mile-wide mouthpieces, Charles Chucklefuck Kirk.
No, someone shot Charlie Kirk. Look, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but that's how you pick up a woman.
I swear I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about this news. I'm not happy about this news. It's so unfortunate. Can I just send a message to this? Great idea, wrong target. No, but seriously, we're gonna be serious. It's so unfortunate when bad things happen to bad people.
On social media, liberals laughed. They cheered. They justified the murder of a man simply because they disagreed with his views. The so-called mainstream media downplayed it, excused it, and in some cases even suggested that he brought it on himself. And here's the difference. When tragedy strikes the left, conservatives respond with prayer, with vigils, with compassion, and calls for peace and healing. But when tragedy strikes the right, liberals respond with mockery, celebration, laughter, and justification. It just shows we are not the same. This is not just cruelty. It is proof of how out of touch, how corrupted, and how evil our culture has become. When the death of a man is met with cheers instead of mourning, when murder becomes comedy to your political enemies, it tells us everything we need to know about the sickness spreading through America. So ask yourself, what happens to a nation when ideas are replaced with intimidation? When debates are replaced with destruction? When freedom of speech becomes a death sentence? The soul of America is being poisoned, and the poison is fear. Fear of speaking, fear of standing, fear of being targeted if you dare to challenge the approved narrative. This is exactly how a republic dies. Not overnight, not with one law, but with 1,000 acts of intimidation that silence a people into submission. This is the left's and the globalists' playbook. This is their goal for America: submission and control. So what do? How do we respond to political violence without losing ourselves in the process? First, we reject violence. Completely. We don't answer their hatred with hatred. We don't answer their destruction with destruction. Second, we speak louder. We refuse to be silenced. We fill every public square, every campus, every digital space with truth. Because the louder their threats grow, the more determined our voices must become. Third, we organize. Locally, nationally, spiritually. This fight is not just about politics. It is about culture, faith, and identity. We need leaders who will defend the Constitution, protect free speech. And we have to hold those accountable, who would use violence as a weapon. And fourth, we remember who we are. We are conservatives. We believe in God. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in America as it once was. Strong, principled, free. And we believe that if this nation is to survive, it will be because people like us stood up when it mattered most. You've seen the truth. You've seen where this violence comes from. A culture of hatred that seeks to silence and destroy. You've seen what it means for America's future. A republic at risk of slipping into fear and control. And you've heard what we must do. Reject their violence, refuse their silence, and rise with courage, faith, and conviction. Charlie Kirk's death was meant to send a message of fear. But our answer is louder. No more. Not here. Not now. Not ever. I'll leave you with 3 questions to think about. 1. If free speech can now cost someone their life, what does that say about the future of freedom in America? 2. When one side answers tragedy with prayer and the other with celebration, what does that reveal about the moral state of our nation? 3. If this republic is truly at a crossroads, silence or courage, fear or faith, which path will you choose? Leave your answers in the comments below. I read them, and I'm genuinely interested in your thoughts. Let's start the kind of debate and discussion that Charlie Kirk himself would have wanted. This is America in mind. Stay strong, stay vigilant, and may God save our country. Drop a comment below, and let's keep this conversation going. If you're someone who believes truth still matters, and that America is worth thinking about, then like, share, and subscribe. This is America in mind. Stay grounded, stay vigilant, stay informed, and mostly, stay free.